So I have a question for you. Have you ever come across a piece of gear that just made an impression on you? This happened to me back in 2007 when I walked into a guitar shop and came face to face with a Germino Club 40. Now the Club 40 is Greg Germino's take on a 50-watt 4-hole Marshall plexi bass circuit. You see, growing up in the 90s, my only point of reference for Marshall style amps were like dual super leads and triple super leads, you know, the channel switching high gain Marshall amps you'd see like on MTV. While those amps have their place, I wasn't really a fan of how they sounded. But my experience with the Club 40 was an entirely different thing. I was so impressed by how good it sounded. It sounded great clean, it sounded great mid-gain tones, it sounded great with pedals. It was an extremely versatile amp. So while I wasn't able to afford the Club 40 that day, I did make a note to myself that I would buy a Germino at some point in the future. Well, now it's 2022 and I've owned a Germino Bass 35 for a while. Like the Club 40, the Bass 35 is essentially a 35-watt version of a 4-hole plexi bass style circuit. I thought it would be fun to showcase what this amp can do. So I'm going to run a couple different guitars into some pedals and just show you guys how the amp sounds. So let's check out the amp. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that little showcase of the Germino Bass 35. I think it's a great amp, and I'm surprised more people aren't talking about Germino amps online. I really think they warrant more credit and more attention. So let me know if you've actually heard of Germino amps before or not. I'm just curious. If you have any questions about what you heard, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you soon. Thanks.